afternoon? You guys awake? Let's test it. Let's test it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little exercise to see if you're awake. So, super easy. All you have to do is follow exactly what I say. Got it?
Yeah.
Pretty easy. So what I want you to do is take your right hand, okay, put it up in the air. Ooh. Take your index finger and I want you to point it at the ceiling, okay? Now I want you to take your index finger and I want you to place it on your chin. Oh, guys, I got you, Riman. Now I want you to turn to your neighbor and I want you to say, that's not your chin. Does anybody know? Actions speak louder than words. So you're gonna hear a lot of things this weekend. You're gonna learn a lot of tricks, words. But the most important thing is for you to take action, because that's where you're gonna get results, just like I tricked you. So here is what we're gonna talk about. Let me show you a few things. We're gonna talk about 3 things. We're gonna talk about team building. Did anybody come here because they wanna build a team, they want to recruit some people? So, what if I told you you can hit the top rank without being a top recruiter? Would you guys be okay with that?
Yes.
Number 2, we're going to talk about recruiting. The number 1 secret every top recruiter uses that's easy to learn, and I promise you can do it too. We're going to teach it to you. And then number 3, we're going to help you hit your goals. Now, I'm going to show you a hack that you can use to 10x your goals and achieve what you actually think is impossible. But first, I believe in bribery. Are you guys okay with bribery? Okay. So, 20 people are okay with bribery. Because I have some swag in here. I mean, I don't know if you guys want a hat, ICD hat for Costa Rica. Yes! I don't know did you like some of the t-shirts out there? Did you like these? You guys come get it. That's all we're asking for. Okay, so what we're going to talk about, we're going to move right into this, the team building portion. Now here's what I want to tell you. The good news is, I am not a top recruiter. I never really have been. But what I'm really good at is figuring out who other people know. And that's how you can build your business to the top of the company. So whenever I recruit somebody, I actually envision a deck of cards. And let's do some trivia. How many cards are in a deck? Anybody know? 52. Good job. How many aces are in a deck? 4. Okay. Y'all are ready for the casino. So you guys are there tonight. You got your cards. So here's what I do. When I recruit somebody, I envision that deck of cards, and I know we're flipping over the cards because we're looking for those 4 aces. But here's the problem. When you recruit somebody, a lot of times they're scared and they're insecure and they've never done this before, and they're not going to go talk to those aces. So this is where you have to step in and you have to guide them a little bit. So here's what I do. When I'm recruiting somebody, I always want to help evaluate what their level of skill is, because they've never done this before. And I remember when I first got started in the industry on this level of skill, on my best day, like maybe I was a 5. So what's a 5 gonna do? What was I gonna do? I'm gonna go talk to all the 4s, the 3s, the 2s, and the 1s. But what happens when when you talk to the 8s, 9s, and 10s. Those are the aces. Guys, those are the aces that will change your business overnight. But a new person is just shy and insecure and probably isn't going to go talk to those people. And that's no fault to them. It's just, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you've never done it before, you're a little insecure until you learn more. So you have to go help them talk to those people. And the way that I do this is through taprooming. And this is how I've built to the top rank of every company that I've been with, is by doing this method. And I promise you, you will never run out of people to talk to if you will do this. So I'll give you some examples where, a first example I have, so I have a cousin. She lives in Oklahoma. She's the only person that I knew in Oklahoma. And she has a successful real estate company. And so she loves to make money. She knows a ton of people, but she has no time. And so I said to her, I said, look, you know people. I said, make me a list of 15 people. You're busy. I'll reach out to them. I'll work with them. And whatever happens, you know, we'll put them under you and you can make some money off of that. And so I ended up reaching out to these people. I reached out to her network and worked with them. And we actually ended up building a 6-figure organization that way. And so she was pretty happy. She took the money that she earned. She went and bought a boat. And I was happy because I was able to work through her network. I didn't know anyone in Oklahoma. So do you see how I taprooted through that? Another example, I'll tell you, this is how I actually built into Europe is I had some mutual friends and we both knew a girl, so I connected with her. She lived in the UK. You better believe I'm going to be calling her. And so she lived in the UK, and through her, I ended up meeting different people. And one of the girls that I met through her lived in the Netherlands. And then I met some of her contacts that lived in Belgium, and then some of their contacts that lived in Greece. And that is how we ended up building one of the fastest growing teams in Europe, just through one contact through some mutual friends. I didn't know anybody in Europe. I didn't know anybody except for my cousin in Oklahoma. And I do this today. You can do this in your own city. You don't have to do it in another state or a big scale. My friend Tori, she lives in Houston with me. And she knows this girl, Lydia, who runs these big women's summit events. And so through Tori, who's not working Riman, by the way, they don't have to be in your business to taproot with them. So through Tori, I connected with Lydia. Now she wants to try the Korean skincare. And she wants to have me come and share the products at her next women's event. So do you see how the taprooting works? But here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to ask somebody, who do you know? It's too broad. It won't trigger their brain. So you want to ask very specific questions. So these are some of the questions that I like to ask. So I like to ask them, who's the most outgoing person that you know? Like, who's the person that acts insane, like Tim Herr, when they walk into an event and just starts yelling and screaming? What is it? Are you excited? Who's that person? I want to know who that person is, and then I want them to write their name down. I want to know, who do they know that's always posting on social media and they're not even getting paid for it? Because I can show them how to make money on social. I want to know who already loves to make money. Who has worked in direct sales before? Which I did get another contact for that person through my friend Tori. Even though she's not in Riman, she's still connecting me with people. Who's already an entrepreneur? You don't have to convince an entrepreneur to add another multiple stream of income, because the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. So you don't have to convince them. So here's what I'm going to say. We're going to talk a little bit about recruiting. Do you guys want to know that #1 secret? Anybody want to know? Okay, like 10 of you want to know. Okay, cool. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Let's see if you know. Oh, bribery. Remember, we have bribery. What's the #1 secret when it comes to recruiting? You're going to have to yell loud for me to hear you. What was it? You got to ask. Yeah, that's important. Listen. Yeah, God gave us 2 ears, 1 mouth. Sorting. That's good. Nobody wants my swag. Nobody's getting it. What? Make a list. Oh, there it is. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Can you give this to somebody? You don't get to keep it. You get to give it away. Huh? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's posture. Chris got it. Chris, by the way, he has very, very strong posture. So what is posture? I'm not talking about how straight you stand up. What I'm talking about in sales, it's the belief in what you have, regardless of what other people think. Do you want to teach it? Who is that? That's my girl, Riman. So it's regardless of what other people think. So let me tell you, when I started in this industry, I had less than 0 posture. I'm talking -5 posture. I had no confidence, extremely shy, would never talk in front of a group of people. Like, what the heck am I doing here now? And then also, I was a big people pleaser. So how can I have belief in what I have if I care more about what other people think? So there was a disconnect there. So I didn't have posture when I got started. I had to rely on other people's posture, my upline, because I didn't have it. And I will say the fastest way to grow your posture is through personal development. Because sales is all about the transfer of belief. And whoever has the most belief in the room wins. And so I want to encourage you, I have a list at my desk of all of the incredible things about Riman. And I constantly remind myself, no one else has what we have. No one else has these patents, this technology. No one else has Chairman on. No one else can duplicate this for now the next 20 years. And I make a list of those things. How we're going to be the #1 community brand. And Chairman has a 100-year plan to do this. We're going to be in over 50 markets in the next 5 years. When I remind myself of what we're sitting on, I don't feel weird reaching out to somebody. I feel like I'm sharing a gift with them. And so my posture is so high because you cannot convince me that there is anything better in this industry, because this is bigger than network marketing. And I hope you guys understand what you're sitting on. I really do. So I'm going to show you, because I know everybody likes scripts, let me show you how to respond with posture. This is what some of this looks like. Okay, let's say they didn't watch the video. This is what posture sounds like. Hey, listen, I talk to a lot of people. If you're not going to watch it, that's fine. I gotta run, but I wish you the very best. So what is this subconsciously saying? My results are not dependent on you saying yes. Busy people are successful people. So saying, I gotta run. Hey, I only have a minute. I'm sorry, I'm just following up with you. I've been so busy talking to people, I meant to get back to you sooner. What if they say they didn't like the video? Don't be afraid to push back a little bit. Ask them, what were you hoping to see? And I will tell you who the master at posture, teaching posture is Ray Bigden. I got a lot of this stuff from him, so I really want to give a shout out to him. Yeah, he's one of my mentors. So ask them what they're hoping to see. They'll tell you. Well, they were hoping to see more travel. They were hoping to see more community. And then guess what? You can mirror match a story that's going to give them what they were hoping to see. What if they ghost you? Hey, it looks like this actually isn't the right fit for you, so I'm going to take you off my list, but I wish you the very best. So you're being polite, you're doing a takeaway, don't be afraid to take it away. People want what they can't have, you guys. The FOMO sets in real quick. What if they say they're too busy? You pushing back and saying, hey, if you're struggling with time, you need to find something like this or you're always going to have a time issue. But hey, I gotta run for another call. Don't be afraid to push back. That is loving somebody enough to care about them, to let them know if they want things to change, they have to change. Does that make sense? Is this making sense? Are we still here? Say yes. Yes? guys, this is gonna make you a ton of money. Well, the formulator could have used cheaper ingredients, but he wanted it to work. Don't let them push you around. We have the best products on the planet, y'all. Okay, so here's another hint. This is, if some of you are gonna get your feelings hurt, you know, pick up your feet right now so your toes don't get stepped on. But I'm gonna give you guys a big hint here. The person with the longer message is usually the one with the least amount of posture. So if you, do you hear Tim? 100%. If you guys are sending messages like this, tighten it up. Add some more posture in there. Okay, was this helpful? Yes? Okay, good. Just stand if we're all still here. Okay, so, okay, I'm really excited to share this with you. So I had an aha moment when I saw this several years ago. This is gonna seem super obvious to you until I point something out. So there's something called a scale of influence. There's 7 different ways that you can reach out to somebody. So in person, FaceTime, phone call, voice memo, text message, direct message, commenting on social media. Here's what I want to point out. When I saw this, so the higher up the scale you go, closer to 1, is the more influence you have and the more conversion you're going to have. So when I first saw this, I realized I was spending a lot of time in the 6 and 7 range. So I was seeing less conversions happen because I was doing my DMO and I was doing my comments and sending messages, but it wasn't converting as much because I had gotten lazy. I wasn't getting them on a Zoom, getting them on a phone call. And so when I started doing more in-person FaceTime, Zooms, phone calls, I started seeing higher closing and higher conversion. So you're going to be writing the scale up and down, but I want you to ask yourself and be honest with yourself, where are you hanging out? Are you going and commenting on social media and then having a feeling that you worked your business without actually working your business? Crickets. So I hope this is giving you an aha moment like it did me. When I first launched at Riman, I can tell you I pounded the phones non-stop for 2 weeks straight. I had that phone on my ear the entire time because I wanted to convert faster. I didn't just want to send a bunch of DMs in Messenger. So I'm going to show you this video. So since I'm asking you to reach out to people, I'm going to give you 3 magic phrases for likability. So let's watch this.
Phrases of likability. 1, I was just thinking of you. Okay, so here's how you use this authentically. Breanna, you think of a lot of people in your life like all the time.
Yeah.
If you are thinking of someone, and you can text them, I was just thinking of you, how are you? I was just thinking of you, how'd that project go? I was just thinking of you, it has been a while since we talked. That's a way of assuring someone, I do think of you, only if it's true. The second one is, you're always so if you're with someone, and you're impressed by them, or they're interesting, or they're funny, saying, oh, you always make me laugh. You're always so interesting. You're always so great to interview. You're always so great at interviews. Giving them a label that is a positive label is the best gift you can give someone because it's fighting that signal amplification bias. And the last one is, last time we talked, you mentioned, we are so honored when we get brain space that you remember and you're going to bring it up. And you specifically bring up something that they lit up with. Something they were like, oh, it was great, it was exciting, it was wonderful. Those are my 3 magic phrases.
Okay, those are good. And I know I'm getting up messages asking for this video, so I went ahead and wrote them down. So a quick picture of this, because we're going to speed things up. Okay, let's talk about hitting your goals. Okay. Do we get it?
Yeah.
No? Am I blocking some of you? Now good? Okay, good. Okay, so let's talk about hitting your goals. The hack you can use to 10x your goals and to achieve what you think is impossible. Interesting, right? So I just was reading this book. Very interesting. Tony Robbins actually wrote the foreword. And basically this book in a nutshell is how to set impossible goals with impossible timelines. So it wants to challenge you to set a goal that you absolutely think could never happen. Because it tricks the brain into making it happen. So let me explain a little bit about this. So I I actually realized I had been doing this subconsciously on a much smaller level. Highly recommend reading this book. I think it just came out, actually. So here's how this works. Who wants to recruit 10 planners? Okay. Okay, good. That's pretty good. I mean, you could do better. Who wants to recruit 10 planners? Okay, good. So that's actually a very attainable goal. If you want to recruit 10 planners in a month, you know, you reach out to 100 people, you're going to get 10%. And if you break it down for the month, it's like 3.3 reach outs a day. Very attainable. So in this book, he told a story. So this is Dr. Benjamin Hardy, by the way. So he actually wrote The Gap in the Game. So if you like that book, you'll like this one too. He told a story in the book. It was about a woman who she had developed this credit repair software, and she had 10 clients. It had taken her a couple years to get these 10 clients, and she really wanted to get serious about her business, and so she had mapped out a goal where she was going to bring on 100 clients in the next 90 days. And so she mapped out a goal how she was going to do cold calling. She had mapped, it was going to take a lot of time. It was going to eat up big chunks of her day, but she could get it done. Well, she had actually talked to Dr. Hardy, who wrote the book, and he said, no, that's not an impossible goal, because it's still possible for you to work within the realm that you're comfortable with. He said, I want you to bring on 1,000 new clients in the next 90 days. And she's thinking, you're joking, I have 10, and it took me a couple years to get my 10. But what it does is when you set an impossible goal, it forces you to create new pathways to make it happen. So there was no physically possible way for her to do the cold calling to get those 1,000 new clients. So it forced her to create new ideas and to think outside the box. And so then she started asking herself the right questions, started thinking, well, you know what? I wonder if I reach out to other small business owners who work with the businesses that I'm trying to get in front of. Could something like that work? So she started setting up meetings. She had one meeting with the owner of a software company. He loved her idea on the credit repair software, ended up partnering up. After one meeting, she went from having 10 clients to over 8,000 clients. She set an impossible goal. And so what if I told you that you needed to recruit 100 new planners in the next 2 weeks? How would you think differently? What would you do different? Does anybody want to shout something out? Remember the bribery? Would you try to set up some podcast events? Oh, I got one thing left. Somebody come and get it. It's right there. Oh. There you go. So would you set up some podcast events? Maybe you would set up a radio show interview. Maybe you would set up trade shows. Maybe you would reach out to other entrepreneurs that you could collab with. There are things that you could do differently that you're not doing that would 10x your business overnight. That you just have to think about the impossible. So I will tell you that, oops, I keep going backwards. I will tell you that I had set an impossible goal for myself earlier this year, and it was to build in the Philippines. And maybe for some of you that feels realistic. For me, that felt impossible because I didn't know anyone in the Philippines. I didn't know where the Philippines was on a map. Going to Asia is a little intimidating for me because I don't know the culture and I don't know the language. I feel like a fish out of water. And so for me to say that I wanted to build there felt like an impossible goal. But I started thinking about the impossible and how could I do that? And so I started going to events in my city, Filipino events and networking events and meeting with the Filipino Chamber of Commerce. I started asking everyone I knew about Filipino connections. I didn't just post and pray. I did make a post, but I didn't stay there, and I took action. And because of that, I was able to connect with some different Filipinos, and it was to the point where I had decided to go to the Philippines, which was very nerve-wracking for me. And so, I was asking Julian and Iman if I could tag along with them. I was like, what hotel are you staying at? Can I stay next door to your hotel room? I had talked to my friend Stephanie, and I said, I'm going to go to the Philippines. And she said, yeah. She goes, okay, let's go. And I was like, wait, what? She goes, yeah, let's go to the Philippines. And I said, you want to go? And she said, yeah, why wouldn't we? Let's go build there. And then I talked to Dr. Marlisa, and she said, yeah. She goes, I feel like it's put on my heart to go build in the Philippines. And then Dr. Lynn jumped on board, and then a week before we left, Amber Sanders and Jen Miller ended up saying, hey, can we come with you guys? So all of a sudden, there's a whole group of us going to the Philippines. And that one decision that I made about setting an impossible goal has now led to thousands of enrollments in the Philippines. And I'm sharing this with you because I want to challenge you to set your own impossible goal. Because I promise you, it's more possible than you think. So what do we know? I promise we're wrapping up here. We know that to hit team leader, you need 3 social marketers, yes? But what does Tim Hur say all the time? Don't make your minimums your maximums. So don't think in terms of, I just need 3. Think in terms of 10. It might feel impossible to you, and guess what? Maybe you don't build 10 lanes. So what? Maybe you build 6. You still doubled your original goal that you meant to do. So I want you to set those impossible goals. So I'm going to end with this. I've shared this story before, but I really want you to hear it again. Did you know that a goldfish is kept tiny by the bowl that it swims in? And if that same goldfish grew in a lake, it would grow 100 times bigger. And you guys, it's the same with us, because success is 80% mindset and 20% skill. Your mindset has the power to limit you, or it has the power to 10x what you want. So your impossible goal can be a lot more possible than you actually think it is. So thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Breanna. Riman family, right now it's time for some recognition. And in order to do that, please help me welcome to the stage founder and chairman, Mr. Chief